What is that? What is it? This isn't the way. But what is that? Why doesn't it grow? Why doesn't it shrink? What is it? Let's find out. Hello, and welcome to the beginning of this 3D modelling series. What you just saw in the intro probably looked like nothing, but what we looked at is a critical component for 3D modelling. This item right here is called a vertex. A vertex is literally a single point in space, and what if we have a lot of them? Well, they're called vertices. To follow along in this video, it is recommended that you go to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and select the extra mesh objects. This is primarily because we will be using the single vert menu. When we look at 3D objects, such as Cezanne for example, we will see that the shape can look complicated, but is no different to connect the dots but in 3D. As these vertices, as you can see on the right, all have their own coordinates on the X, Y and Z. Every time we select a different one, we'll see that the coordinates change. And to better understand this, if we turn Suzanne into a point cloud, we will remove all of the relationships, such as edges or faces, which we will cover in a moment, and we'll see just the vertices that make up her geometry. This is no different to a cube being made up of 8 vertices, and it's no different to a plane being made up of 4. So using that analogy, let's make our own cube using just vertices. So if we go into mesh and add a single vert, and then we change it to 1 meter and 1 meter on the Y and the X, we'll see that it exists over here. So if we duplicate another set and then we turn this into -1, we've now got the exact opposite. So now all we have to do is just duplicate these or bring them in again, but we just need 1 on the positive and 1 on the negative to make up this part. And then we just need to invert it on this one, so that needs to become -1, and then this needs to become 1. So what we've got here is we've got our very own plane that is 2 meters by 2 meters, each of these squares being 1 meter. So if we just duplicate this and then we put it at 2 meters on the Z, and then we do the same with this one, and lastly this one, we have now made our own vertex cube. So how do we create a relationship between them? Well, this is where edges come in. An edge is a direct connection between 2 vertex. It is the connection of 2 coordinates. So if we go back to our connect the dots analogy, these are the lines we draw between the dots. So if we were to select these 2 vertices and bridge them together, along with these 2, and these 2, we have now just made the outline or the perimeter of our square. We can do the same again by coming down here and selecting these ones and these ones. And now we've got 2 squares. And what we can do is now we can basically make it 3D, because what we can do is bridge the upper square with the lower square. And now we've done it. We have now created a wireframe of the cube we made earlier with just those vertex points. So another way of thinking about these 2 together is a spaghetti tower being held together via marshmallows. The marshmallows are the point in space, and the spaghetti is the edge that bridges the 2 together. One more way of thinking of an edge is like when you draw a cube net and then fold along the lines to make the cube. UVs are like this, but we will cover those in a later episode. Now if you're familiar with 2D software, such as Paint, this is the equivalent of drawing a rectangle without the fill. In those 2D softwares, you can use a paint bucket tool to fill the outline. In 3D, there is a similar way, and that is bridging the gaps and creating a face. A face is the surface of an object with 3 or more vertices/edges. So if we come back to the cube that we started as vertices and then recently got connected with edges, we have the wireframe. Now we just need to make it solid so we can't see through it. So all we need to do is go into edit mode and select our edges, and we can just select two edges and then we can bridge them together to make a face. We can also go into vertex mode, which is number 1 on your keyboard, and just select 4 of them, and then we can make a face that way. The smart thing with Blender is if we were to make a face on the bottom, Blender now has enough information to know that if we make a face using just one edge selected, it needs to bridge over to here, which bridges over to here and over to here. So this is handy if you need to basically apply a face in a full circle. So I have also made this add-on here, and what it does is it shows the vertex indices along with edges and along with faces. So if we just show the edges there, and then we can show the faces like so. So the vertex can also have their coordinates exposed, like so. And this is just to showcase that all of the points have a location in 3D space, and then they are connected to each other by edges, which in turn are connected with faces. So as I said before, there is a minimum of 3 vertices, and I'm just going to quickly showcase here that if we have one vertex on the Y, which is can't seem to find it, so we'll just delete that one, and then we'll just import another one, and then we'll move it on the Y. That'll be it. We're on edge mode, so that's my bad. So yes, if we have our vertex here, and then we just make another one over here, and then another one over here, this is the minimum required to just make a face. So we've got our 3 edges, we've got our 3 vertices, and then we will have our one face, like so. So we have now covered the 3 main components that go into 3D modelling. Once you master these, you can theoretically make anything, as anything in 3D is a matter of positioning. The tools you use to alter their positions are what can be challenging to use, as for example, you can just click and drag vertices, like so. But you can also sculpt, for example, which uses influence on surrounding vertices depending on the type of brush you use. But in the end, all 3D geometry has a vertex, edge and face, and these all have positions and connections. So, looking at our cube again, like so, we can see that vertex 1 is connected to vertex 3, 5 and 0, but not necessarily 4 unless you count the face, whereas vertex 4 is also connected to 0 and 5. So this goes back to our connect the dots analogy, in the fact that dot 1 connects to dot 2, connects to dot 3, but dot 3 doesn't connect to dot 1. And that is essentially what 3D modelling is, in basic terms. It is positioning and connections. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.